basically, the video you're about to see has been PG approved. No, I recorded a video to go with the voiceover, and for some reason my photo booth is not working. And then I recorded it again through my phone, which I just found out I could do, which is cool. And it didn't work again. I think maybe when I talk about fixing my computer, I was talking about clearing the cache stuff. I had like 50,000 files in there and it was ridiculous. No one told me ever you could do that, even Apple, who I spoke to on the phone about it. But anyway, besides that, things seem to be running better, so that's good. What was I saying? I was trying to make the video feel more personable and human, but now it's not, so that's fine. Hopefully next video you will be able to see my face. Until then, I hope you enjoy the video. Disregard, please, me referring to things you can't see. And I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh, I should be nearer to the microphone. This is my YouTube channel where I have been trying to post art videos more frequently and not succeeding because my computer is an arsehole. But basically I found out something today that is making it run kind of normally again, which is weird and stressful and good, but it makes me feel a lot of things because my computer hasn't really been working for like the whole time I've had it, for like 5 years. Okay, I need to put this down somewhere. So here's a time lapse. Oh, it's kind of paused at the minute. Here's a time lapse of, oh my god, I've got to learn to put the mic down. Okay, that's good, that works. Hopefully the audio wasn't too bad. Here is a time lapse of me painting this drawing of Santa from Twice, and I actually have like 300 unedited time lapses, so if my computer carries on at this rate, aka working, you can look forward to seeing more time lapses through my archives of digital art that I've been doing for as long as I can remember. But basically, Talk That Talk was one of my fave comebacks, Twice comebacks, and I loved this outfit, so I wanted to draw it, and I did it with ink, like I don't have it with me, but like a little ink brush kind of thing, not a Pentel brush, but this kind of like, it's like a fine liner kind of thing, but oh my god, let me find it. Okay, pencil case haul. This is the pencil case I have. I decided to, actually I had this from ages ago and thought it would be a good idea to put things in it. I invented pencil cases. The pen I'm talking about is not in here. Come on, man. Okay. Lol. Anyways, so it wasn't this brush. This is what I mean. So this is the Pentel ink brush. Oh, YouTuber moment. Oh my god. It wasn't this brush. It was like, just a kind of normal pen, but it's got a little like nib kind of thing at the end. And it's very good. It's very accessible to, like if you want a kind of more ink style. I also often use these together if I'm using this, because this is a bit harder, because there's less control, because the thing is longer. So yeah, I recommend it. If I can ever show it, I recommend it. I actually got it for free at university and I've never seen it in stores since. I was quite literally using it last night, so I have no idea where that's gone. So anyway, what was I talking about? university. It was like the only free thing I got at university, and I've been making some like TikToks about university because I feel like it's just something I'm processing at the minute, and it's probably like the most publicly acceptable thing I'm processing at the minute and dealing with to make content about, and I feel like probably a lot of people will relate to it, and it kind of ties in some of my more like political beliefs, so I feel like it would be a good way to get an audience like of people that potentially feel the same about art uni. But I go through ebbs and flows of how much I can post, like just physically, like because of burnout and stuff. I don't know where that pen has gone. Okay, anyway, so I don't know, I've posted some YouTube videos in the past, but like I said, they haven't been that frequent and regular because my computer is like horrendously slow, but it seems to be working since I did this like clearing cache thing. So maybe I'll finally live out my YouTuber dreams. And I was born in 2000, so I was like 13 to 15 or whatever when like the Zoella boom kind of happened, and it felt really hopeful to me because I'd been through so many jobs that I liked as a child. Like all my life I had like a different job I wanted to do every week. Like the first job I remember wanting, I wanted to be a midwife because I really liked babies. And then I was like always into art. I've always been drawing a lot. But people would come up to me and be like, oh, do you want to be an illustrator? Or you could like illustrate books. I don't really know why children would say that, but I kind of remember people talking about it. Maybe teachers. But I was always against it because I always hated the children's book illustrators always come underneath the authors, and it never made sense to me. It felt weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it now, but it feels like, I know there's like a lot of work that goes into writing, and I know because I'm trying to write a book also. But it seems to me that the thing that creates it and brings it to life is the illustration. So why would the illustration not go above it? But anyway, I think I picked up very early on that there was oh, that colour was not good. I'll talk about colours in a minute. I picked up quite early on that there was this kind of disregard for illustration or art. And I think it was important to me to do a job that was respected. And maybe I just got a sense that art wasn't that. But anyway, about 10 years later, I finally came back around to the idea of doing illustration, and that's what I studied at university. So, I don't know, this is just becoming a life story, but I started university in September 2019, so I did a foundation diploma. Oh my god, I find it really hard to tell stories in order. So, I did my A-levels. In the UK, you do your A-levels or like a BTEC or something. And then I did a foundation diploma in art and design, which is kind of unfortunately like disappearing at the minute, which is screwed up because like that's the last thing we need. But it was really essential to me. I would have done probably graphic design if I hadn't done it. It really helped me decide like what kind of things I wanted to do. I just think it's a good thing. I endorse the foundation diploma. It was very like a lot less structure, which worked well for me. Oh, I'm getting a period cramp. Yes, and then I got a distinction in my foundation diploma, which I was pleased about. And then I went on to, what am I doing? Okay. Then I went on to do a degree in illustration at Norwich University of the Arts, which I started in 2019. So I finished that, I got first. I don't really believe in like, I'm not saying that to like brag, it's more like, if I don't mention it ever, there's no point in it, and I feel like I wasted 10 years of my life. So, putting it out there, got a first, haha. Chronic autistic burnout, but I managed to do it, which was nice. That was nice, I guess. Basically what I'm doing here, I've realised, or I know, is I'm cropping the image. Okay, what I just did. Oh, why did I decide to do this? It's so long. I cropped the image to be like 4:5, which is the ratio of like bigger pictures on Instagram. And now I'm like overlaying the colours on top of the ink lines, because I love like black ink lines, or just black lines in general on other people's art, but for some reason I just don't like it on mine. What I've since started doing, I don't know why I didn't just do this then, is just taking the fill of everything and just duplicating it and putting it on top, and then like colouring in the extra bits. Save so much time. Oh well. That's the thing I regret, or I'm sad about the most, about like my computer not really being able to deal with doing big things like editing videos until now, is when I look back at the videos I'm like, ugh, that looks bad. So well, let's embrace this as an opportunity to reflect on growth. This is something I still do. I started doing it a few years ago when I was like experimenting with making this like cover for a zine. I don't know what that is. This is like a top secret hidden tip of mine. I get a fill layer, I fill it with like a kind of medium grey, like a darker grey. I add noise to it, and then I change it to luminosity, and it gives this like such like lovely like pop of colours. I just enjoy it so much. It kind of makes the pinks a bit less saturated, but then it like makes the brighter colours. I'm not sure exactly what the blending mode like is described as, but I just really enjoy it. And then I'm trying to like edit the drawing, because if I just post that on Instagram it would just be like cropped to like her stomach, and I wanted to show like both her face and the full body thing in the Instagram thing. Yeah, so a lot of work goes into these posts, and unfortunately not many people see them or like them or anything. So yeah, it's constantly disheartening. But I would like to draw this again. I love the Talk That Talk dance. It's like become like a stim dance for me, and I actually got to see Twice do it live, which I'm still like, that's real. It doesn't feel real to me, it feels very surreal. Quite literally surreal. What am I recording this on? Oh Jesus. I was trying to I can't see, okay, the timestamp, and so I'm so sorry. I'm really not sure how much this microphone is picking up, but I fidget a lot, so and it falls off. So potentially you hear it quite a lot, and I don't like a lot of noise. Like, I don't know why it's just paused now. Is that just me, or is that... 1 second. Okay, we're back. Ideally I should have looked through this properly and edited it, but I didn't. So here we are. I don't know what else to talk about. My fringe is kind of weird today, and I don't really like straighten it as much as I used to, but I was gonna like install these like hair extensions, but it is kind of hard. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh, ow. Period cam. Bloody hell, that was so mean. Why did that happen? God. I do not enjoy being on my period. It's very horrible for me. Yes. And here, see, it's taken me ages doing all that colouring. I don't know why I never just... I don't know. I should have just... See, I don't know how much you can see, like, on the screen, but, you kind of... It feels so, like, private, like, looking at my Photoshop documents and sharing that, luckily, no one's gonna see this video, so, no. Anyway, self-deprecating joke. The way I structure my Photoshop documents is pretty self-explanatory. I have, like, the line art, and then I have, like... I always just call whatever the colour is just fill, like, that is the fill, I know that. It's kind of funny how we make up our own, like, language. Like, I could tell you what every layer is, but maybe in someone else's it probably looks completely different. Oh, that hand was really hard because it was, like, moving, but it just looked kind of odd, like, how I drew it. I think she was like this. But yeah, it's good to practice doing hard drawings, even if it doesn't come out exactly how you want it to, or, you know, a few months later you look back and think, ugh, wish I hadn't done that, but I don't know, that's just part of the process, and here I go. This is the problem with putting... Okay, if you have the lines on multiply and it's black, nothing can be seen through it. But if you put the lines on multiply and put colours on them, then they become see-through, and so then you get these weird gaps. So I'm going back in and like filling out the areas that it's like weird. And this is how you know I didn't intend to do this the first time, because if I had intended to do it coloured lines the whole time, I would have made sure the lines looked nice, the fill-in bits looked nice while I was doing this. But yeah, you live and you learn. That's my favourite phrase, I think. I wonder if did I do any texture on this? I think she's wearing like a plaid kind of two-piece thing. Yeah, I'm a K-pop stan. I take a lot of inspiration from it, but it's bittersweet. There's a lot of moral reservations to it, and moral reservations are not good for me. I find it very hard to dismiss just like something I feel uncomfortable about. So, you know, if I say I like K-pop, I always have to say like, oh yeah, but like some of it is really bad and I don't agree with this and I don't agree with that. Like, I don't know. Autism. I didn't know if I'd be able to talk this long, and I've kind of run out of things to say. But yeah, I'm just going to part my hair because I have therapy in an hour, so I don't know. I want to have parted hair, I guess. I actually lost this rat tail comb, and I found it yesterday, so hooray. I have been kind of talking about, or at least alluding to, things that I wish I was taught about at uni on TikTok. And one of those things is, this is really hard actually. 1 second. Hello, I'm back. I probably didn't even go out of the frame. One of those things is social media management, and I find it kind of difficult to assess objectively, which, I mean, if you can even do that ever, my experience at uni, because, you know, I couldn't get 100% out of it because it wasn't designed for my learning style. I was struggling with autistic burnout without realising. You know, COVID happened during it, so it's hard for me to, like, I don't really want to just like shit on the uni, but then hearing other people, I've spoken to some other people that I went to uni with, or they went to the same uni as me, and they kind of validated how I feel about it, so that was good, you know, to know that it wasn't just me who felt that way. Oh, here I am making that texture, I guess. This was satisfying. I liked how that came out. But yes, we had, as far as I know, because, I mean, I'll say this, like, because I'm worried that I missed, like, a lecture or something, and maybe they taught us in that lecture, but, like, I think I missed, like, 2 lectures in my whole time. I don't know, I never missed a lecture if I didn't need to. I was there as long as I could be there, you know, like, and plus, I don't think even if they taught us, like, everything I'm missing in one lecture, that's good enough. Like, I think it still should have been running themes throughout the course. So I'll put that caveat out of the way. But yeah, basically, now I've kind of, I don't know, I've been in autistic burnout since probably like November 2021, kind of. I don't know, well, like on and off at different degrees. I've kind of been burnt out forever, but I'll class this as like my big burnout. I started to get burnt out near the end of my 3rd year, and so I had to go home, and you know, it kind of went up and down as to how intense it was and how like little I could function during it. But now I'm kind of working more, or actually I have a job, a part-time job, and I find it pretty difficult, like sensory-wise and socially, and it's pretty draining, but I'm also trying to get illustration jobs more, and what I'm noticing while I'm doing that, like entering into the world of illustration, more so than I was previously, because I was still, like, let's be fair to myself, I've still been, what's the word, trying to put myself out there and find clients and find contacts and whatever. This whole time I've been burnt out, because, you know, that is the nature of the society we live in. You know, you can't really ever stop properly and rest enough. Maybe some people can if they have the resources, but that was not my experience. And what I found through that is it just seems like no matter how hard I try, I don't get, like, the responses I thought I would get. And I know that rejection is part of the creative industry and whatever, but I don't even get rejection, I just don't get replies. And we were taught to write emails once, but, like, I need, like, social media marketing, you know, like, social media is such a big part of illustration currently. And so yeah, that's what I really feel like I'm missing, and I'm sure I'll talk about this again, and I'm glad this actually worked, and I hope the audio was okay. And oh, that looks so bad. So cringe react to my own art. Okay, I see the vibe, I see what I'm going for. Yeah, but I hope it was entertaining at least to watch this. I really enjoy watching people just talk about things. Like, I kind of find music a bit overstimulating at the minute, but just, like, listening to people talk on YouTube is just my favourite thing at the minute. So maybe this was that for you, and that makes me happy. I feel like that's nice. Girl, don't do that. Don't do it. This is a new genre of YouTube art time lapses where people just shit on their own art. Yeah, like I said, this is quite old, but I still wanted to put that out there because I went to all the effort of recording it. Okay. I really love doing this. This was inspired by 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, that's where I got this kind of, like, scratchy drawing style from. Isn't that so cool? Like, my favourite thing ever, I think it's called, like, esoteric, where, like, things are, like, really referenced and really niche and, like, convoluted kind of references to other things. And I don't know, it's like, if you get it, you get it. Like, I like that. I think it is, I don't know, it's just like life through art. But yeah, I'm sure I'll touch on these other subjects, and if I don't make another YouTube video soon, then you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'm always on Instagram, always posting that free art. My DMs are always open. I check my emails all the time, so if you would like a commission, you know where I am. Thank you again for watching. This is gonna end really soon. My voice sounded like Cave Town then. For watching. This is, if you've stayed to the end, you get the real insider knowledge. This is how I do all these funky textures. I try and, like, get my digital art to look like a kind of, like, film photo, where I use the processes in the program to give it this kind of, like, natural messiness. Yeah. But yeah, that's all from me. Have a nice day. Goodbye. It's not ended yet. Bye.